The Christian patriarch can magnanimously lead with decisiveness and certitude. So next we're going to talk a little bit about what he does in terms of decision making. Christian patriarchal authority entails making of family final decisions of practical, moral, and spiritual nature. Without certitude, he will not develop confidence in himself or evoke confidence from his family. So this is something, especially for a young dad, he needs to get in the practice of doing. This is how he will build that confidence. He has to prayerfully discern an issue and make a decision. Don't put the decision making on our wives. And I can think back, early on, years ago, and I hope I don't do this anymore, of very subtly letting my wife make decisions. Because then, you know how you do that? You just kind of feel her out and you say, oh, baby, what do you think about this and such, And deep down, maybe the man in us, we just know that that's not the way we should go. But, especially if it's something that's important to her, we don't want to stir up things with the wife, and get her on a bad side. So, but that's not right. We're supposed to make the final decisions. That's part of our leadership. For the humble man realizes his limitations. He accepts the fact that at times he will decide wrongly, that such is the lot of fallen humanity. We live in an imperfect world. We won't always make the decision. We're going to make mistakes. However, God will diminish the effects of his human failings. So, you have a wife that's submitting to her husband's decision. You have a husband who's making decisions based on love, based on concern for everybody involved. And sometimes he may make a mistake or decide wrongly. God will diminish the effects, the harmful effects that will come as a result of those. And for humility, I want to mention something. It's a prayer that I'm sure many of us are familiar with. It says, if you have the Piata prayer book, it's in there, the Litany of Humility. It's in a lot of other places too. I found it places on the internet. But it's a prayer I like to pray daily. It's supposed to be for private devotion, but I just want to share something from it. And this Piata prayer book my wife gave to me on my birthday while we were dating, while we were engaged. So this is an old book here. But right around the middle of the prayer, it lists off some things that we are praying to our Lord for. From the fear of being humiliated, from the fear of being despised, deliver me, Jesus. Fear of suffering rebukes, being calumniated, which means criticized or being talked bad about, being forgotten, ridiculed, wronged, suspected. And something occurred to me at one point while I was saying this prayer. We're not asking our Lord that none of these things happen. We're actually asking Him to be freed from the fear of these things happening. These things aren't going to happen if we aren't making any decisions. These things aren't going to, you won't be criticized if you're not doing anything. You won't be calumniated if you're not stepping out and doing things. And so the fear of these things which will most likely not happen, the fear, and when you see fear, you can start looking for the devil. We're asking to be freed from the fear of these things happening so that we'll go out and do our job, do the things we're supposed to do, whether it be for our family or for our fellow brothers, doing things apostolically and help, stepping out and helping others out, even if, somebody might have a problem with it. But a lot of times whenever we step out and do something, and even if it's controversial, the right people are going to come along to support us.